Thanks everybody again for joining us. My name is Adrienne Montgomery. I'm with ERP VAR. I'm so happy to be joined by CertaPro and Starship with me today. Again, we are talking about Sage 100, enhancing Sage 100 with the CRM and HubSpot, the market leading inbound marketing sales automation software, and CertaPro for e-commerce and Starship for shipping. ERP VAR is a HubSpot Gold Solutions partner. We've been a HubSpot partner since 2009, and we're so pleased to show you a little bit about HubSpot and how it can enhance the front office of your business today. And we'll go ahead and talk a little bit about CertaPro here. CertaPro is based in Los Angeles. They are a leader in integrating e-commerce with Sage 100. CertaPro's e-commerce integration is powered by eLink, a two-way connector that handles all data connection points for business partner portals and other B2B, B2C e-commerce needs. They're as a leading e-commerce partner, CertaPro also has a team of Sage certified developers, consultants, technicians, CPAs, and software programmers that leverage over 20 years of experience. So they really have that depth of knowledge of Sage to make those integrations very strong and powerful between your merchant e-commerce websites. And then a little bit about ERP VAR.
Yep, ERP VAR. We are here to help partners, ISVs, and technology companies accelerate revenue through strategic marketing, ecosystem partnerships, and modern revenue infrastructure like HubSpot. So what we do is we really want to build out predictable revenue engines for ERP-focused organizations through fractional CMO leadership, HubSpot CRM implementation and optimization, ERP ecosystem marketing, partner co-selling programs, demand generation campaigns, and industry positioning and thought leadership. Our approach, strategy-wise, we have our fractional CMO leadership and growth planning systems. We support HubSpot CRM and other revenue infrastructures, ecosystem partner co-marketing and co-selling programs. Our focus is go back a little. Our focus is with VARs, ISVs, payment and fintech providers, integration and automation platforms, and technology consulting firms.
And I would like to make an introduction to you, Tiffany. You've been in the ERP landscape for just as long as I have, I believe. So you have so much experience with the different ISVs like Starship and CertaPro, not only them, but also TrueCommerce, Beanworks. So you really know the ERP ecosystem and the Sage 100 user and partner and their needs and how they really want to leverage relationships really to build their marketing. So I'm so pleased that you've joined the ERP VAR effort.
Yep, I'm excited. And I love our approach and our new fractional CMO initiative that we've launched this year.
And then we can go ahead and talk about Starship. And Starship is a leader in shipping software integrated with Sage 100. They were founded in 1987, and they provide multi-carrier shipping software that connects your warehouse to your front office. They partner with dozens of parcel and LTL carriers, FedEx, UPS, USPS, DHL, Speedy, LTL carriers such as AAA Cooper, Saia, Old Dominion, R&L, XPO, and more. They provide ERP and e-commerce integration with Sage 100, not only Sage 100, but also Sage 300, Acumatica, Dynamics GP, Dynamics 365 BC, QuickBooks, SAP, Business One, Epicor, Amazon, eBay, Magento, and WooCommerce. Very mature shipping solution and cost effective. When you compare the functionality of Starship compared with the others out there, you'll see how cost effective their overall solution is. And we're going to go ahead and hand it over to Raphael over at CertaPro, and he's going to kick it off with e-commerce. Thank you, Raph.
We do.
Okay.
Yes, we do.
Again, hi everyone. Hi Adrian. I wanted to start by thanking you all for providing us with this opportunity to present our solution in front of you here today. My name is Rafael and I am the account executive here at CertaPro. And I'm also joined by Nick Young, who's our eLink product manager. And I just wanted to start by introducing you our company, telling you a little bit about us, our resources available to you at your disposal, and then have Nick do the live demo of the actual solution. So a little bit about us, again, high level overview. We're headquartered in LA, and as Adrian mentioned, we've been in business for over 10 years, and we specialize in integrating Sage ERP systems with e-commerce platforms and building them out as well, such as Magento, WooCommerce, and Shopify. We're very Sage-centric ISV. Sage is the only ERP system that we do this for and we work with. And again, the value to you is that we have a full team of consultants and developers on staff in-house for each end of the solution. So for the Sage itself, for the integration and the web. And again, the value to you guys, we can provide any type of solution, any type of custom solution that you might require. Our eLink is compatible with various Sage ERP systems. It's compatible with Sage 100, 300, Sage 500, Sage X3, and even Sage Intacct. And on the e-commerce side, we work with Magento. The open source, we work with Adobe Commerce, with Shopify, Shopify Plus, and WooCommerce, and we'll also build all of them out if required. For the purpose of this demo, we'll be doing the live demo on Sage 100. And what we do, again, a high-level overview, is we provide a solution for companies that just need a better and integrated B2B portal e-commerce website. Before working with us, some of our customers may not even had an e-commerce website, or they've had one, right, with a catalog and the store just wasn't integrated. And again, that would mean all the online orders would still have to be manually entered. The inventory doesn't show, there's nothing really connected. And again, some of our customers came in asking for something that works like Amazon or eBay, but with that B2B functionality, and just didn't know what solutions were available in the marketplace. So this is where eLink comes into play. eLink forms a two-way sync between Sage and that portal, that e-commerce platform. It handles all of the data connection points you need between that Sage and that portal. So again, your Sage customer information now can be updated 24/7, and online orders can still be created in Sage and to be ready to be processed within minutes. And one thing to note, this is all completed without running any manual batch jobs or any manual export and import procedures. It's fully automated. The way it works, again, very high level exec overview. The data would flow between Sage ERP and web store in encrypted files, which will be making your company's backend completely anonymous and secure. Because the web store is hosted outside of your Sage environment, the customer would never have direct access to Sage, which just adds that extra layer in terms of cybersecurity to that sensitive data. And what makes us unique and our, I guess, competitive advantage is that eLink forms a very deep integration between Sage and the platform that allows us to configure it and customize it to your needs. What we've done and how we've done it, we've built out the software from both sides from ground up. So we have modules within Sage and within those platforms, and again, by doing so, it gives us the flexibility to create a plethora of modifications and customizations. Again, Nick would be showing you like the out-of-the-box functionality, but if it's of any interest, we can do way more than that. How does eLink work? Again, very high level exec overview. It's an API that runs on top of the Sage server that allows us to talk to Sage using Sage Business Objects. If you're not familiar with Sage Business Objects, it's basically if you tell it to create an order within Sage, would be creating the orders. If you're tapping through all the fields in Sage, it's not just putting data into database. And again, the value add to you is if you have any logic or you want to build any logic within your order processing, it can be done, and then there's way less chances of data entry errors, because it's not just pushing data from point A to point B. You don't have to fear about it going to a wrong bucket because it is following a specific business logic. And yeah, I wanted to maybe very quickly touch on some of the benefits that our customers report back to us. So again, it will streamline the order processing exactly how you'd imagine it. It will automate backend processing. So again, all of that is automated. It will provide tracking updates to customers right inside the portal. Again, something everybody's very used to seeing on Amazon and other big platforms. And it will just improve your customer service in general, because the portal will significantly reduce any type of calls or emails, because it updates your customers with information they need, right? They have a clear visibility to important details to them, like ETA, product stock, order history, transaction data, and all of this is updated real time. So basically anything your end users need is consolidated in one efficient and user-friendly platform. So as you can imagine, there's two sides to it, right? It will save you time and way less chance of any type of data entry errors. And on the customer side, you make it very, very easy for them to do business with you. On that note, I'll transfer the controls to Nick and have him actually showcase you the solution.
For this demo, this is just a out-of-the-box install of Adobe Commerce or Magento, and then we installed our extensions, we installed the enhancement in Sage and our API. So all of this is out-of-the-box functionality. I'm gonna abbreviate this demo and show you just some of the functionality, just given time constraints, but we'll go over some of the additional stuff if you need to see anything further too. So we'll go to a product page here. So in your store, we bring products over from Sage. You have the options to automatically create the products in the website based on clicking an internet-enabled box on Sage. We can bring over product data from Sage, your descriptions, your pricing all comes over from Sage. So if you have quantity pricing, price levels, price groups, contract pricing for an item, if the customer logs in and they're assigned to a Sage customer, they'll see their price as it's set up in Sage. We can also bring over product attributes, so we can create things like these configurable products, where this is like 15 different SKUs in Sage, but in the website it can be a single product where it has the options to select the actual configuration and add to the cart. This will add the actual SKU to the cart that gets exported to Sage. So I've already added a couple of products to Sage into the cart, so we'll go ahead and go to the checkout. When we get to the checkout, you'll see we already have shipping address selected up at the top. We bring all of the customer information from Sage into the website. So if you have an existing relationship with that customer and you create a login for them, or they log in and register their account, they'll automatically get all of their information that's already set up in Sage in their account on the website as well. So they don't have to go re-enter addresses if they've already been purchasing from you. Shipping methods, that can be handled by the e-commerce solution itself. We can bring the shipping charge in on the order, or something like Starship where you're shipping it later and then adding that additional charge. They'll be able to see that in their account later as well. So I'm just going to put no shipping for this particular order, and we'll go to the payments page. With our solutions, we add a couple of payment methods to the e-commerce solution, the credit card being the first one. This is integrated with all of the credit card processors that are integrated in Sage. So we can actually do the pre-authorization on the web, bring the transaction tokens into the order on Sage, and then your actual credit card transaction can happen during your invoicing process in Sage. So you don't lose that ability to process the credit cards in the correct order. You don't have to worry about if you did a charge and you need to refund if you couldn't ship. We'll actually charge for the amount that was shipped during the processing. We also have this bill me method. The bill me is based on the customer's payment terms in Sage. So you set up which payment terms are basically credit card only and which ones are net terms, and the bill me will appear and disappear in the checkout based on that. So you can really deal with B2B and B2C customers in a single checkout without having to have a separate login or a separate site that they go to get their pricing and all of that. I'm going to add a demo card real quick so we can see how the credit card works. And I'll save that for use in later too. So I'll place this order. Once we place the order, we'll get a e-commerce order number, which we call a confirmation number, web order number, whatever you want to call it. We're using what I call a disconnected or live syncing system. So at the time we place this order, this doesn't actually go directly to Sage and place that order in Sage. Your website can stay up, 99.9% of the time because it's not tied to Sage directly. This will go to a queue and then sync in the background every 1 minute, 5 minute, whatever you set up for those syncing intervals. So this allows you to do things like, upgrade your Sage or do maintenance in Sage or backups or whatever it might be. And you don't have to worry about your customers can still go online. They can still see their sales orders, get their pricing, make payments on their account, do all of the things that they would do on the website. The other thing you'll notice in the sales order screen when I go here, we have that pending order that's in the queue waiting to be exported. We also have sales orders down here that don't even have web order numbers. We don't care about the origination of the transaction. We show all of the transactions from Sage, regardless of where they come from. So customer service enters an order directly in Sage. Then the customer can go online, they can see that order, the progress, invoices attached to that order, tracking numbers if you have them, all of that information they can still see and print from their online portal. Here you can see that order that was in pending here is now down here. It's been exported to Sage and we brought it back into the website. If I go view that order, I'm seeing all of the Sage information as it is. If in Sage we went and added products, replaced products, updated pricing, quantities, whatever we might do in Sage, that will also sync back to the website and the customer will see it in their account. So it's a very quick way for your customers to, look at their order status, see where things are, they get their back order quantities, everything. Then you can go create orders, invoices in Sage. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna not create this invoice just because of the time we have, but you could go create an invoice in Sage and then that invoice will be synced back. If you're shipping the order and you get tracking numbers back from, say, Starship, those tracking numbers get put in the tracking number table in Sage. We also bring those tracking numbers back into the orders on the website. So if you had multiple tracking numbers, those would just stack here. They would see those directly in this invoices screen. If they're looking at the individual sales order and they see the invoice, they would also see those tracking numbers there as well down in the bottom. So all of the information that you expect to see on the order as a customer comes back automatically as part of the solution. We also have the ability, once you have an open invoice, so your customers are paying on terms, they can go to their payments tab. From here, we have all the payment history. Again, we don't care about the origination. We can send a check in, pay invoices with that check. Customer can go view that payment and see that it was applied to the correct invoices and the correct amounts, everything that you can do. You can also come in and make a payment. From the make a payment, we can do things like use ACH if it's enabled on your account. We can use those same credit cards that we use during the checkout. We can add from our open invoices. We can pay multiple invoices at one time. We can do partial payments if you want to allow that. This will all do what you expect. So this will do a single payment on the credit card for $10,890. And then that will come in as your cash receipt in Sage, automatically applied to your invoices the way you would expect. So it takes all that manual entry out of having to, the customer call in, give you their credit card information over the phone, whatever it might be. You put in the cash receipt, or they send in a check and you don't know which invoices you want to pay with from that check. They're actually selecting that information in the payment that they do. If we go and we refresh here, this is going to export to Sage. This is not going to move from pending payments down to payment history like the sales order did. So that moved down to accepted. This is actually going to stay up in pending payments until it gets posted. The reason why is if we go look at the account, you can see I have a balance on this account. That balance does not reflect the pending payments that haven't been posted. So we want to make sure if the customer is looking at their account, they know why that account might be higher than expected. But you can see this exported to Sage and then imported back with reference number and deposit number from Sage. So we see all that integration is working back and forth between Sage and the website. I'm going to go ahead and just wrap up based on that. We have a lot of other features with the integration. We're integration with the returns module in Sage. We have a custom integration for custom products where you have like white label products or products that are only available to specific customers. We have the ability for multiple users to log in from a Sage with a single Sage customer number, as well as a customer that can log in that's linked to multiple Sage customers. So we have all this additional functionality that we can demo independently. If you need, just reach out to Ralph with your requirements, and we can set up a more customized demo for you.
We're going to talk about connecting Sage 100 to your HubSpot or to your CRM. So top 3 questions Sage 100 users should ask their sales team to determine the need for HubSpot. First question would be, where do you track your deals today? I know this sounds very simple, but I've worked with large companies, small companies. Doesn't matter really the size. Doesn't matter, if they have a CRM or not. Most of the time, the responses we get are spreadsheets. So we want to eliminate that. Other things we get are email inboxes, still sticky notes, or you have your own personal CRM that you're using. You just export data out and share it with your sales manager. So if every rep tracks deals differently, leadership really has no real pipeline visibility. We want to eliminate that. Another question would be, which marketing campaigns actually produce revenue? Typically, the responses we get are they only see the lead source, the first lead source that is generated. After that, they have no clue. So without CRM attribution, marketing and sales operate in silos. We want to connect that. What happens to leads? Or third question would be, what happens to leads that aren't ready to buy yet? Responses we typically get are they disappear, they get forgotten, or they never get followed up on. They're just in our database and they sit there. So without automation and lifecycle tracking, opportunities are typically lost. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to have Adrian show you some of the stuff that HubSpot has in connection or with the integration with Sage 100.
So HubSpot is an advanced CRM system. It's a market share leading CRM. It not only takes into consideration your sales CRM, but it also takes into consideration all of your different sources, like how people are interacting with your website, what marketing campaigns are generating leads, what level of engagement your prospects are engaging with your content. And it really has capitalized on the capability of AI and integrating AI in the mix. So for a Sage 100 user, the AI buyer journey in HubSpot really bridges the gap between the back office ERP data and Sage 100, the financials, inventory, and order history, and front office engagement. When you integrate Sage 100 with HubSpot, the journey becomes like a really data-driven loop rather than just a linear path. And so you're integrating all that data about your buyers, and it generates that awareness through the intent of your individual buyers and the data in your Sage 100 system. Things like HubSpot's Breeze prospecting agent, and it will analyze that Sage 100 historical data and identify which types of accounts have that highest lifetime value. And it finds similar companies in the HubSpot database by going out into the internet and seeing similar companies. It'll bring those companies back into your buyer intent configuration, where you have prospecting agents set up to continually reach out to those types of companies that you have contacts associated within your CRM. So it really tailors the content, and it suggests blog topics, ad copy. It also will track out of stock signals, will track popular product categories that sync from your Sage 100 inventory. It helps contextual nurturing with considering your smart segmentation. The HubSpot AI automatically segments those leads that are associated with your Sage 100 financial status, things like active customer, lapsed buyer, or high volume account. So what you're seeing here is a deal dashboard of, and this is a custom customer of ours, but they have their deal dashboard set up in custom Sages. And these are deals moving through the buyer journey as it applies to this particular customer. And then so we want to move our buyers to closed won. So This is a dashboard that's really kind of encapsulating where your buyers are in the journey so that management and stakeholders can see where the business is. But it's encapsulating all of the prospecting efforts and what stages they're in. And so we're targeting those customers that are moving through based on the data that's so critical to marketing. Marketing is all about relationships and knowing how to manage those relationships. So, things like dynamic lead scoring, AI scores, not just on website clicks, but Sage-specific data points like past credit limits or purchasing frequency, ensuring sales reps focus on the most sales-ready buyers. That's key. And that you want to make decisions based on automatic quotes and frictionless closing. So the Breeze agents, the AI Breeze sales agents will suggest next best actions for reps, suggesting cross-sell. If you have products that you could cross-sell into customers, it will suggest how to leverage your cross-sell opportunities based on historical Sage 100 order patterns, post-purchase retention and predictive reordering. So automated invoicing sync. Once a deal is closed and won in HubSpot, AI-driven workflows can trigger the creation of a sales order in Sage 100, reducing sales to cash cycle by up to 40%. So HubSpot's AI monitors Sage 100 purchase history to flag accounts that are buying less frequently than usual, alerting account managers before the customer leaves. So there's so much you can do in HubSpot. You want to track where people are in the pipeline, the dollars associated with the pipeline, and all on dashboards. If you're a stakeholder, you don't have to be logging into HubSpot. You can just get these dashboards that tell you what you need to see. So you don't have to be a power user in HubSpot to create these dashboards. You can just get a weekly or a monthly email that gives you a snapshot of where you're at as far as sales is concerned, so you can keep your Sage 100 going and your customer fulfillment with your products on schedule. So go ahead, next slide. And so the great thing too is what your marketing is doing that's generating your leads and where your leads are in the life cycle and the life cycle stage of your prospect. So whether they're a subscriber to your information, where you're just constantly sending them information and nurturing them, where they're a qualified lead, and if they graduate to a marketing qualified lead, a sales qualified lead, an opportunity. But you can track how you're marketing, what marketing you're paying for, and what's actually getting people to convert to the next stage, and what your marketing dollars are doing for you in each and an individual stage. Are you having very strong referral marketing relationships with other websites that are referring you prospects coming in? Well, you can see that with HubSpot. You can see if your email marketing is turning for you, or your organic search needs help, or you want some more. Your search was really good last quarter, but it fell off this quarter. What happened? What you need to do about it? How your paid search, your pay-per-click, how much money you're spending on that, and is it actually working for you? How much money did you pay on that, and how much revenue did you gain from it? So it's extremely advanced as far as the CRM system is concerned, because it encapsulates not only the marketing component, but also the sales component on an all-in-one system. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Matt. And Matt's going to talk about Starship and how Starship can assist you further with your shipping automation. Unless, Tiffany, did you have any closing remarks about HubSpot?
Well, basically, all I just wanted to say, simple rule: if leadership cannot see every deal, every lead source, every pipeline stage, then the growth becomes unpredictable. And that is what ERP VAR is here to do. We're here to create predictable growth and revenue models for your company. So we do that by connecting your sales and marketing operations, by implementing or optimizing HubSpot for you. And by doing those things, we're able to build those predictable revenue engines. So I just wanted to sum that all up, and we can hand it on over to Starship.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Adrian. All right, and thanks everyone for taking time to join today's webinar. Really appreciate everyone taking the time. I know everyone's busy, so again, it means a lot to us for you taking time to join today's webinar. So I know Adrian kind of did a quick brief overview about us in the beginning, just kind of some other key points as you see with V Technologies. Of course, V Technologies is the company name, Starship is the product, so sometimes we get confused and people think we're called Starship, but that is the product. But we've been in business for over 35 years. Our main niche, of course, is ERP carrier integration. So we integrate with about 14 ERP systems, over 30 parcel and LTL carriers, including 3PL or like trucking broker services. We are a certified solution for carriers like UPS and FedEx. So basically what that means is shipping labels are going to be delivered to you already certified. Of course, those are required with UPS and FedEx. So we go through those pains so you don't have to. I'll talk about it later on, but we are also part of their subsidy programs. So if you want to qualify for free funding, you can, and of course, use that money to purchase Starship. With Sage, we are a certified solution, Gold Master Developers. So basically what that means is any changes that Sage makes, they have to let us know ahead of time. So that way our development team can make any changes necessary to Starship to support any changes that Sage makes them to Sage 100. So some of the kind of top 6 issues we see that customers come to us with shipping challenges and why they want to integrate, or I like to say need an integrated shipping solution, is big one if you are definitely using multiple carriers, so like UPS, FedEx, hey, I use USPS, especially on the LTL side. You know, I find a lot of clients, yeah, we have 5 or 6 different LTL carriers. So with Starship, you're going to be able to just process all your different type of shipments directly from the Starship program. So really for a shipper, I'm just going to work in one piece of software. I don't need to go to UPS World Ship. I don't have to go to FedEx Ship Manager. I don't have to go to each of my LTL carrier portals, you know, to get rates, to process shipments. So really helps out, saves a lot of time with that, you know, basically one-stop shopping. Here are all my carriers, here are all my rates. Let's grab the least expensive carrier and get the shipment out the door. Of course, we find a lot of clients, yeah, you know, our shippers are manually putting in information, or even on the back end where, yeah, we're cutting and pasting, or we're trying to manually type in tracking numbers back into Sage 300. So we're going to eliminate that manual data. And again, that is inside Starship when I'm processing a shipment. I'm going to have as much information get mapped in. So really as a shipper, I'm not going to really have to touch anything. I don't have to make changes. You know, same thing like third-party type shipments. We can automate that whole thing, for example, where, yep, Starship automatically changes the billing type. It selects my carrier account number. If anyone out there is doing blind drop shipments, we can have Starship even automatically change the sender information. So a lot of our clients ship for Home Depot. So Starship set up, hey, it automatically changes like it's coming from Home Depot. So again, as a shipper, I don't have to get in there and make changes. Shipping cost control, like I mentioned, you know, if we're looking to do best way shipping, we can automate that in Starship, but really Starship's going to give you that window. So you're going to be able to see, yep, here are all my rates, you know, things if you want to get into doing like freight rules where maybe we are losing money or we're not making any money on our shipping. So let's mark up shipments, you know, by a percentage, or you know what? Hey, this certain item's on a shipment and it's fragile. You know, we're shipping a laptop, so we're going to use additional packaging material, which is going to cost us more money. So you know what? Let's have Starship automatically add a couple dollars anytime we're shipping that item. So again, things that we can help automate and also help with your shipping cost control. And of course, disconnected systems where, you know, if I'm using Sage 100, it's not integrated to say UPS World Ship, a FedEx Ship Manager, or those carrier portals. With Starship, it's going to connect everything. So really think of Starship, I like to say, as that bridge between Sage 100 and all your different carriers. Okay, and that's going to be live integration, bringing data in, pushing data back, all live real time. And then other things, and a lot of times I get a prospect and I'll talk about, hey, do you notify your customers of their shipments? And sometimes it's, yeah, you know what, we do create an email, it's all manual and we're cutting and pasting and, you know, it takes us 5 minutes just to get this email out. Or yeah, you know, we use the carrier emails. So nice thing with Starship, we do include our own program, we call it eNotify. And that is going to allow you to design your own custom email templates. So you can set a branded email with your company information, item box information, and I'll show you an example towards the end of the PowerPoint here. And then of course, Starship is 100% cloud-based. So we're gonna help eliminate those IT security concerns. You know, we're going to host it, we're going to maintain it, we're going to take care of everything for you. Of course, you're going to gain access to it's in Microsoft Azure environment, so you'll gain access to all, you know, Microsoft's security functionality. Okay. And of course, with the cloud, you know, we don't have to worry about in-house server upgrades, maintenance, electricity, cooling. Again, it's hosted. We take care of everything for you. So some points about why you would want to choose Starship. Again, ERP and e-commerce integrations. Quick note on the e-commerce integration. We do have integrations, but it's more, I like to say, kind of on the back end where we can't connect Sage 100 directly to your e-commerce site. So Starship can be connected directly to your e-commerce site, but that is going to bypass your, say, a Sage 100. So our e-commerce integrations are more in the back end where we can, you know, probably you're going to take that e-commerce order, bring it into Sage, like using CertaPro, have that order created, process that through Starship. And then what Starship will do, of course, update Sage with all the shipping information, but then we can also update the e-commerce site with the shipping information. So always usually recommend a product like CertaPro because, again, they're going to handle automatically creating the orders for you, that deep integration, a lot better than what we offer. Again, Starship's multi-carrier, multi-mode. So as I mentioned, you'll be able to use Starship to process all your different types of shipments, small parcel, LTL, blind drop shipments, international. We can help automate international shipments. I find a lot of clients, yeah, we really don't do international because it's such a pain. We have to fill out all these forms. We have to put in the correct required shipping information, like harmonized Schedule B codes, you know, hey, what type of documents to print? So Starship can help automate all that for you. Again, we talked about the branded emails, multiple printing options. So with Starship, we can tell it where each of your documents get generated. You know, usually shipping labels go to a thermal printer, packing lists might go to a laser printer. We designed our program, though, that you can even send packing lists to thermal printers. But the other nice thing with all the documents is we can assign templates and then assign printing rules. So for example, a lot of those customers that ship for Home Depot, Home Depot requires them, you have to send out this special packing list that has their information, has a return section, so on and so forth. So that is designed in Starship. There's a rule, and Starship will only generate it if the sender equals Home Depot, for example. And as I mentioned, being able to do live rate shopping quotes, real time, again, it's a live ping to the carriers. I'll talk about our dashboard program, which is our reporting tool. We'll talk about that in a minute. Warehouse management, if you are using a WMS program, Starship does integrate with those. So nice thing with that workflow, always recommend them because it helps eliminate mispicks, overships, but you're going to be able to define item box detail through a scanning device, and then Starship will automatically bring in that information as it was developed or assigned, if I can think today, assigned through the WMS system. And then if you are doing EDI, we do integrate with the EDI solutions out there. Most of the EDI solutions that we have integrations with, Starship just simply behind the scenes passes that required shipping data into the fields that the EDI creator has put inside of Sage. So it's literally real time. You don't have to worry about doing anything. We have a custom EDI integration as well. If you're not using a provider, where we could have Starship actually create a CSV file, so you can have an import-export type workflow. But again, just integrations. As I mentioned, you know, over 30 small parcel, regional LTL, and those three-party 3PL integrations. Here's just a snapshot of some of those. So again, with the carrier integrations, everyone offers that live rate shopping. Like, you're going to see your live contract rate. On the small parcel side, you'll also see published list rates. And then with a lot of the LTL carriers, the other nice thing is it automatically returns pro numbers and can even schedule your pickups. Okay. So as you see, you're going to be able to help solve your shipping challenges with Starship. As an example here, here's just kind of a screenshot. So the Starship screen, that's the main screen. So that's basically where my shipper is going to be able to see those sales orders. We can either manually select them, or we do have this little source field here where I can barcode scan or just type in the sales order number. But once I select the order, Starship's automatically going to load all the data. So again, simple data mapping of the Sage fields to the Starship fields. And we can, of course, bring in user-defined fields if you want to help streamline the process even further. Other things, sometimes clients store, like, again, third-party account information. Hey, that lives in customer maintenance in Sage. So we can even pull data from customer maintenance fields or other Sage fields like CI item fields. So we're not limited to just looking at sales order fields if we're pulling by the sales order. But again, we're going to process that shipment all through Starship. And then once the shipper processes the shipment, they're going to receive their labels and documents. And then Starship will automatically write back into Sage. We will create the SO invoice data entry for the front office. Of course, we're going to update things like tracking numbers, item box detail if you are doing that in Starship. We can write back freight amounts. We can also do write back rules where if we don't want to charge the customer or overwrite the freight amount, we don't have to. And then contract rate. In this screenshot here, this is just a user-defined field that I've set up on my system. So nice thing, Starship does have a built-in custom write-back feature where we can take additional shipping information and push that back into Sage. So we're not limited to just kind of doing all the standard things like, oh yeah, here's your tracking number, here's your freight amount. We could use that to reverse translate ship via codes. But the nice thing here, a lot of clients do this is because now before the front office updates this invoice, they can actually see and compare what they're charging the customer to what the carrier is going to charge them. Okay, and again, that's all live workflow. Again, Starship's constantly looking at Sage's database, bringing in live data and pushing live data back real time. And then here's just kind of a quick snapshot of inside Starship when I'm actually shipping something. This is where we're going to see that carrier integration where we're pinging the carriers and returning information like business days, total days, ETA, published list rate, contract, is your live negotiator rate, and then the apply charge is what we usually write back into Sage is what you want to charge the customer. And again, that can include plus or minus any freight rules, or if you need, we can do write back rules where, yep, again, this order came from an e-commerce site, we already charged the customer, so Starship would leave that freight amount field alone. Best way shipping, we can set up Starship to automatically select the least expensive carrier service or, ship via rules where, anytime it's customer ABC, the shipment's always got to go out, say FedEx next day. So again, can automate that whole process with the carrier selection and service. And then here's just kind of a snapshot of one of those emails. So again, you're going to be able to create your own unlimited email templates. So here, just have our company information. You can bring in information from Sage, like the PO number, the sales order number. Maybe you want to let your customer know the carrier, where it's going to, ETAs being returned by the carrier, so that's accurate. And then down in here, if you'd like, you can even get into showing them the item box detail. You don't have to get into that level of detail if you don't want to. But the other nice thing is these tracking numbers are going to be hyperlinked. So the customer is going to receive this, they click on it, and it directs them directly to the carrier's website. So they can track. A lot of customers that use this, they'll call us back and say, yeah, this really reduces those inbound calls. I even recommend a lot of our customers do this where, let's use the Starship email to send out, here's all your information, but we can even set up Starship to automatically still use the carrier generated email, but only use it for an exception or delay. That way your customer is going to receive this nice branded email, here's your information, and they would receive one from the carrier where, oh, it's been delayed, it's supposed to be there Friday, expect it Monday. Okay. Other things with these, you can set them up. These can automatically go out. You can manually send them out. You can attach any of the documents Starship generates, or you can even assign like hyperlink fields. Maybe you want to do like a promo code. But nice thing with the templates, you can assign emailing rules. So I have this 20% off email template with that promo code. I only want that to go to certain customers. And of course, Starship would follow those rules. And it's just a quick snapshot of that dashboard program. So our reporting matrix tool, where you're going to be able to see things like heat maps. We have grids, graphs, as you see all this different information. And then also can crystal reports. So there's tons of reports you can run to help keep track of shipping costs or just who's processing what's going where. Again, Starship is cloud-based. All our plans are just based off of your shipping volumes, but they do include things like unlimited users. If you do small parcel only, you'll gain access to all our small parcel carriers. And then, of course, if you also do LTL, you can fold that in and you'll receive access to all the carriers that Starship has integrations with. And then all the plans also do include those e-commerce integrations. So real quick, this is just one of our customers that started using Starship because they did have some challenges. So Crown Metal Manufacturing, as you see, established in 1948, but not really a bad thing, but increased order volume. So they were getting really busy, couldn't handle they were kind of doing that UPS World Ship, FedEx Ship Manager, no integration. So as you see, this kind of sums up everything I've been trying to explain to you, but they started using Starship, and now as you see, everything's automated, huge time savings, shipment visibility, reduced errors, again, no manual input, easy user experience, and then the scalable integration where, down the road, they might add some new LTL carriers. Hey, you know what? Those are included. You can add them at any time without incurring any additional costs. So other things too, we do have special agreements with UPS, like if you are doing declared value, as you see, you're going to receive a 30% savings on those declared value surcharges. You'll get better coverage, faster claim service, and this all comes with no disruption to your shipping process. Okay, so it's all kind of built into that call that we do with UPS. And then same thing on the USPS side, if you are not using USPS and you want to, again, the integration's free. We've teamed up with Pitney Bowes, and you're going to gain access to some really good rates, CEC merchant rates. And this is all just, again, is included with that USPS Pitney Bowes integration. All right. Again, I talked about the carrier programs. So UPS Digital Connection and FedEx Technology Incentive Programs. So these are the programs carriers have that you can qualify for free funding. And like I mentioned, you can actually use that funding because we are a certified solution with UPS and FedEx to purchase Starship. Okay. If you try to, this does tell you to reach out to your UPS and FedEx rep for more information. Sometimes I find some reps are newer, they don't know about this. So if you do run into a rep, if you're interested in this and they're not sure what you're talking about, just let me know, or ahead of time, I can send you the links to their actually web pages that contain this information. So you can just show them, hey, here it is right on your website. But a lot of our clients take advantage of this. And yeah, I've seen funding from, maybe $500, but I've had some customers all the way up to like $40,000 they've received just in free funding. So I don't know who doesn't love free money. So, all right. So with Starship, again, we just have different tiers based on your shipping volumes. We are offering some good deals for attending this webinar. So if you want to reach out, we can talk about how you can save up to 45% off a 2-year maintenance, or I should say 2-year subscription plan. So that's a really good deal. But yeah, if you do have any other questions, please feel free to reach out to us. More than happy to jump in, do a discovery with you, find out more about your shipping needs, make sure Starship's a good fit for you, and then of course we can jump into a live demo. But again, appreciate the time, everyone, and thanks for joining the webinar.
I want to thank everybody for spending your precious time with us today. We know it's hard to come by, and we really appreciate it. We hope to see you on our next webinar. Everybody take care. Thank you, Matt, Ross, Nick. We really appreciate your presentations and talking about how we can enhance our Sage 100 ERP system.